Hi, direct from Liverpool, the home of the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest. This is Pete from University. Now let's see what they say all about the Greek entry. So the Greek entry this year will be sung by 16-year-old Victor Vernicos with the song What They Say. Now the Greek selection this year was quite interesting because there were a lot of artists and singers involved, but we don't know what any of the songs were like because the whole thing was done absolutely internally with juries, demoscopic juries, expert juries, and a load of voting going on, and even a legal challenge at one point from one of the other artists who they thought came second, who said that the numbers didn't quite add up and that actually she should have been the winner rather than Victor Vernicus. Anyway, after that legal challenge was abandoned, it turns out that Victor Vernicus was declared the winner, and here's his song, What They Say. As always, I've not heard it before. This is the first time I'm going to be listening to it. And as always, I won't be showing myself reacting for a couple of reasons. One, I write notes as I do it, so it's actually very boring. But two, I'm not a natural reactor. You're not going to get, unfortunately, I'm not the sort of person who's going to go, okay? So that's why you don't get very many reactions, because otherwise it's just me quietly going, hmm, yeah, that's nice. Hmm, yeah. So as always, and also because of copyright, they get really shirty if you put footage from the video in. So here is the Greek entry, Victor Vernicos, and what they say. See you in a second. Um, it just doesn't land for me, I'm afraid. Um, it's it's a it's a fine song, and I hate using that word, but it's a fine song. I could imagine it being on the radio on sort of Capital or whatever. It's got sort of James Arthur sort of feel to it in terms of the song and also in terms of his voice. Let's go into the positives first. He's got a lovely voice. He's only 16 and he's got a very adult voice. It's sort of James Arthur, Lewis Capaldi type of vocal. Um, and I think that's yeah, I think well done to him. He's got a very, very sort of grown up voice, and he's 16. He'll have had his voice for like that for a number of years, but um, even at that age, he sounds very mature in the way that he sings and in the way that he sounds. So well done to him for that. Um, there's parts of it, and again, this may be a reflection of his age. He's a 16-year-old lad. English is not his first language. Singing in a second language is always difficult, but there's parts where the pronunciation of words makes it a little bit difficult. There was a point where he said "lost souls," and I genuinely thought he said "arseholes." And I'm not trying to take the piss or be nasty. I'm saying that this is um, what I heard on the track, um, and maybe that's something that can be worked on in the time between now and the contest. The other good positives for him are that he's in semi-final two. Semi-final two is generally regarded as the less good um, of the two semi-finals this year, um, and he's probably got the most different song of all what's going on in semi-final two. Semi-final two has a lot of dance tracks, and Australia stand out a little bit. This stands out in a very different way because it's a very quiet, understated song. Um, so it may stand out in that way, and I think it's Greece, and Greece always do well, and they always tend to qualify. Um, and this is probably me just not understanding it rather than anything wrong with the actual song. I just didn't get that emotional connection to it when I listen to the Netherlands entry, for example. And the Netherlands is probably the closest comparator to this, and even that's pushing it. Um, the Netherlands gave me a proper visceral reaction to it. I thought this was a great song. I listened to this and thought, yeah, it's nice, it's fine. He sings really well, but I didn't feel any sort of emotional attachment to the song. I didn't feel very much for it. I don't like the chorus. What I don't like about the chorus, it doesn't need that boom, 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 boom bass drum thing. And in the second chorus, I actually thought, oh, they've got rid of it, and then a couple of lines later they brought it back, and I was, um, yeah, I was a bit more. Oh, you don't need, not everything needs to be a pounding bass drum beat sort of thing. We've got lots of that going on this year at the contest, and in a song like this, I'm not sure that you need it. But having said that, does that mean we're going to see the return of the giant drums being played at Eurovision? Because I don't think we've seen them for a number of years, and hopefully some prop drums may end up coming back on stage. How do you stage a song like this? Well, I don't know. I know absolutely nothing about these things. Um, you you could again just do it as a very understated performance, dark lighting, him performing, and then as you get to the chorus, break out into lights and things. But I don't know. I think it's a different enough song from all of the other semi-final songs that are there in semi-final two. I just don't know if it's just a little bit too understated that everyone will just listen to it and go, well, that happened. And it's a shame because his voice is wonderful. It's I could listen to him doing another sort of song. I feel a bit bad. I don't want to talk negatively. Particularly the lad's 17, and there's been a 16, and there was a legal case going on about whether it was going to go to the contest or not. But it's probably more a reflection of my tastes than it is rather than the song's ability. But I'm afraid this one, I think this one will qualify, um, but I'm not sure that it's one for me. So I will give it 7 out of 10. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like, share, comment, subscribe. What do I know? I've only got 63 subscribers. Um, I know nothing. I never pick the right national finals winners anyway, so I'm sure it will all be very different to what I think. Anyway, that's it for this Greek review. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, as I've already said, because I don't run to a script and I'm not very good at this. But this is Pete from Euroverse, direct from Liverpool, the home of the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest, saying, see you soon.